People who ask that question are grasping at straws. Hundreds of millions more have been killed by irreligion than by any religious worldview. Let me just give you a couple of examples. 60-some million in China out of the times of Mao Zedong and Marxism. Joseph Stalin single-handedly responsible for the death of 15 million in the former Soviet Union. The irony about Stalin, Cheryl, is that he was once upon a time in a seminary going into the ministry. And then he decided to disavow God and clenched his fist at God. In fact, the last physical act of Stalin, he wasn't a very big man, 5'4" or something like that, lay in bed, and the last physical act was a clenched fist towards the heavens as he was hallucinating, head back on the pillow, and he was gone. You put the Stalin-Lenin tandem together and Mao Zedong and Marxism together, you've got between 75 to 80 to 100 million people just killed by atheistic regimes. Then you add Cambodia and you add all of the other, you will come nowhere near what people have done in the name of religion. Now, having said that, you have to weigh out the religion. Is the person who is doing these horrific acts acting in keeping with their religious worldview or in violation of their religious worldview? When Jesus was cordoned off by his attackers, and the high priest and Peter was so upset and took out a sword and cut off the high priest's servant, Jesus said, "No, put that sword back." And he said to the high priest, I was with you all along. Why did you come with all these staves and staves and all of this? You could have taken me any time you wanted. And he took the ear and healed the high priest's servant. Didn't just leave him unattended. And the love of Christ, he never sought political power. He never sought to use the sword to silence the enemy. His triumph was always the triumph of love, which is a slower but a longer way of conquering than the way religion or irreligion would do it. So first of all, the facts are against the question. And secondly, philosophy has to be brought into the question. When an atheist kills, I think it can be in keeping with his or her philosophy. When the Christian resorts to violence of this nature, it's in violation of his or her belief, and you never, ever judge a belief by its abuse.